In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what York Park and Ride is, why you're going to want to use it, how much it is, and how cheap it is compared to York City parking prices, which I'll show you later in the vid can be upwards of £30 for the day. So we're going to take a trip on this. I'm going to show you where all 6 sites are, how to get into the centre of York, not the outskirts, the actual centre of York, using the Park and Ride service behind me, and how you're going to get your family in and out of York the cheapest, fastest way possible. So welcome to York Park and Ride. So you can think of the York Park and Ride as a kind of laying siege. You park outside of York, about 15 minutes away, and 4 of the 6 sites have got over 1,000 spaces. So you are going to be able to get a space right over in that corner or here in one of the 1,000 spaces without actually having to inhale getting out of your vehicle. And then we'll take what is about a 15-minute glide past Halfords on one of these Park and Ride buses into the centre of York. So I'm just giving you a glimpse. This is a bank holiday Monday here in York, and this is how many spaces are left, and it's just approaching midday. So if you don't want to park in a space that's designed for a medieval turnip cart, I suggest York Park and Ride will be your stress-free option and save you having a massive argument trying to navigate the one-way systems and the car park and the prices in York City Centre. But here's the plot twist, and this is where things get really, really good for families. The price of this service is £4. That includes parking your car, getting the bus into York Centre, bringing the bus back to where your car is and driving off. The entire thing is £4. However, if you're going with a family and you've got children with you, for £4, 3 children under 16 can travel with you completely free. So 3 people can get into York City Centre and back and park your car for just £4, and you'll be in York within less than 15 minutes. So let's talk about the buses themselves and what you actually get, because these aren't medieval carts. These are modern Park and Ride buses, low floor, step-free access, space for wheelchairs and pushchairs, which is fantastic because York still has cobbles. So most routes have contactless payment, free Wi-Fi and a USB charging point. So yep, you can charge your phone while being transported into a city founded in 721 AD, which feels like progress, I guess. The buses are CCTV monitored, generally clean and designed for this, exactly this and nothing else, moving people in and out efficiently. So on several routes you'll see the fully electric. So while the Vikings arrived noisily, you'll arrive quietly, electrically delivered with your phone charged.
Can never leave. I never remember. It's okay. We used to come to this every...
So here we are, as advertised, we are in York within 15 minutes. So whichever of the 6 Park and Ride sites you're going to use, it doesn't really make a difference. You can walk across York really in about 20 minutes. So all the attractions, the shambles, all the markets, the railway museum, the Viking Centre and all that good stuff is within easy walking distance from all the 6 Park and Ride sites. So just as a comparison while I'm in York, I'm going to show you a comparison between the prices of the Park and Ride and the car parking prices on some of the spaces as well. So let's go and take a look at some car park prices for the multi-storey and the outside car parking in the centre of York. So first off, let's look at the multi-storey prices. So here's some car parking prices for the multi-storey. Sunday to Thursday charges, you can see here, just an hour, £5, up to 5 hours, £19.20 and £3.80 an additional hour, and it's even more on a Friday, Saturday, or if there's an event on. So it's £22.10 for a non-York resident. No one knows how this Minster badge thing works. So you're paying £22.10 and £4.10 per additional hour. So for a day's parking in York, you're looking at over £30, and that's just to park your car. So to be fair, there's quite a lot of spaces up here today. But what I want to show you is the absolute disaster of outdoor parking in York. So you can see here, out here we've got what's called Clifford's Tower, and this is the main central park for York where you can park your car. I'm going to take you down there and show you the state of it, how much it is and why you don't want to park there. And as you can see, it's quite a state. And the more fun thing that happens here is when it rains, you have to swim back to your car. So these spaces are horrible. They're so tight for getting your car in. But if you fancy a scenic park, you've got Clifford's Tower to look at just over there. So when I mentioned earlier, you wouldn't have to inhale to get out of your car. This is what I mean. You can't even get your door open, look. Absolutely ridiculous. So again, let's have a look at the prices, and you've got the same scenario here. It's £19.20 Sunday to Thursday and £22.10 if you're not at work, basically, plus an additional £4.10 or £3.80 an hour. So do the maths. I mean, it's just ridiculous. £4 or £30, crazy. As I said, these are regularly patrolled car parks, and you won't get this at the Park and Ride. So unless you've underestimated a Tuesday night cocktail bar in York and your car's at the Park and Ride, you're going to be fine till about 11 o'clock at night. And they do lock the gates, I believe, later on than that. So just be aware that you will need to get the last bus back at about 10:15, probably at the latest, so your car doesn't get locked in. But there's no one going around putting tickets on your car just because you've had, 15 hours in York. I think the first bus goes out at about 6:37 a.m. So you can literally have 15 hours in York for £4. So I've just noticed on this ticket, it actually gives you the times to go back. So Sunday 10:33, Monday through Friday 10:41, and Saturdays are 10:48, as it says here. These are the last times you can get the bus from this location here back to the Park and Ride before the gates shut. So when you get your receipt for whatever number you're on, take a look on it. It'll give you the times. Just be careful on a bank holiday because it says check with driver. So I've had a good few hours in York now. I'm going to get my bus back all the way to pick up my car, which has been pretty hassle-free, I've got to say. I've had about 3 or 4 hours in York City Centre. I'm going to jump back on this Park and Ride bus now and get myself taken back to my parking space at the Rawcliffe Bar Park and Ride, which is on the number 2 line. So there we go, made it back on the Park and Ride quite successfully. I've got my car parked here. I won't have to squeeze in through any gaps or dodge any potholes. And in the interest of fairness, I did say children travel free at the beginning. That was a while ago, and it has changed slightly. But you can see here, up to 3 under 16s can travel with you for £1.40. So it's still incredible value, really, compared to the actual parking prices in York. So it gives you all the routes here, and it tells you as well all the times here. But basically, you're not going to be really waiting more than 10 or 12 minutes at any time of the day to get on one of these Park and Ride buses. So all very pleasant, all very dead easy to do. I'm going to have a wander back across here now. Watch this bus come back around here. So if this has helped you get into York, use the Park and Ride, especially with the family. Saved you a little bit of money and lots of stress on parking and basically fighting your way into York City Centre. Do me a huge favour. Please consider subscribing, like the video, and leave me a comment about York Park and Ride, or just York in general, and I'll try and get back to you as well in the comments section. So, happy park and riding. Is it the Disney monorail? Not quite, but it's a smooth glide past the carpet warehouse into York City Centre for £4 in under 15 minutes. It takes you right into the city centre. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next World's Worst vlog.